Hi guys, my name is Kosi. Please subscribe if you're first time coming across my channel. On today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys on how I made this Bubu gown right here. I used the one on the side of my screen to recreate this one with a carrier. As you can see, it's looking so beautiful. So if you want to know how this was done, just definitely keep on watching. And let's get into today's video. So guys, right here I have my African print. I have 6 years of it, and again this particular dress we're about to make right now, it has fringes at the end of the gown, but my client doesn't want it, doesn't want fringes on hers, and doesn't want the bias sewed at the front, doesn't want it, rather we're going to sew it inside. So let's get started. Right now I went ahead to, I'm trying to fold my fabric by two. Can you see? Yes, just fold it. You're not going to fold it as you normally fold a fabric when cutting. You get? So I'm going to just fold it like this. Just divide the 6 yards by two. You have 3 yards and you have the other 3 yards. So I'm using this 3 yards that I already cut out. I'm using it to fold it like this. Can you see the way I folded it? Can you see? You know it's not how we normally fold. Can you see? I just fold it straight like this. Can you see? So right now I'm just trying to take the length of the gown. So the length of the gown is 59, and I went ahead to add extra 1 inches for the folding allowance and all of that. Can you see? So I'm just leaving my tape at the shoulder line, and I'm coming down here to mark my 60 inches length. So guys, after I was done, I'm going to cut it off. Then after I was done cutting this one off, I am going to place another fabric to cut out the back piece. So right here I went ahead to cut out the back piece. Can you see the front and the back piece? Can you see? So right here I'm going to remove one piece. So guys, as you can see, this is my front pattern. I went ahead to place it only. So right here, the first line is my waistline and second line is my hip line. So I'm placing my tape to show you. I have 17.5 inches as my waistline, and coming down to my hip line I have 28 inches as my hip line. Can you see? This is a 28 inches as my hip line. Can you see? So right now I'm going to level the both of them. So guys, for the shoulder line, what I'm going to do right now is to place my tape and mark 22 inches. So to get this, when measuring your client or yourself, just place the tape from the middle part of your back shoulder, the center, that place, there is bone there. You get? I'll just drop the picture so you understand what I'm saying. So from there, measure from there and stop at any place or anywhere you want your sleeve to stop. You get? So I already marked 22 inches on my shoulder line, so I went down by 12 inches for my armhole. Can you see? For my client's armhole, the woman is fat and tall at the same time, very fat though, so that's why. And right here I went ahead to divide the bust circumference by 4. Among what I have there, and I added 5 inches extra for the seam allowance. So on the waistline, divide your waist circumference by 4. Mark whatever you have and add extra 5 inches. I see me doing like this. Can you see? Just connect the line. So come to the hip line measurement and divide your hip circumference by 4. Whatever you have, just mark it and add 5 inches extra for the seam allowance. So right here I am dividing the hip by 4 to know what I have, because my client's hip is 53. So can you see she's fat? My client's hip is 53. So I added what I have there, 5 inches, and I connected the line. So from there, I'll measure from that same hip line. I'm going to place my tape to measure the total of the number I have there, and I find out I have 18.5 inches. So from that 18.5 inches I have, I'm going to make a straight line. I'm going to be marking 18.5 inches till I get to the hemline. Can you see? I get to the end of the fabric. Can you see? So this is what I'm doing right now, marking it straight. So after doing this, I'm going to come on the armhole, and I'll extend the line of my armhole, that is the 12 inches I marked earlier, and I'm going to curve it like this. Just make a curve. Can you see what I just did? You must make a curve. Just make a curve like that. So guys, after I was done doing this, the next thing I'm going to do is to come at the shoulder line once again, and I'll mark 4.5 inches for the neck wideness. Can you see? So after doing this, I'm going to come down and I'll mark like 8 inches for my neck depth. It's a V neckline, so I'm just going to use my ruler to make a V neckline curve. Can you see? So right now I'm done. Can you see what I just have? I'm done marking everything, drafting everything. Can you see? So right now I'm going to use my scissors to cut out my fabric. So this is what I have. I'm just cutting it out. Can you see? So guys, if you look at the picture very well, you find out that it has something like bias, but it was piped outside the dress. But my client doesn't want that. She wants hers pipe inside the dress, and that's exactly what I'm going to do when we get to that point. So I'm going to remove this one, then I will. Can you see, this is the back piece? I placed the first piece on the second, on the back piece. So what I'm going to do right now is to come down by 4 inches. The woman has back neck. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That's why I'm coming down by 4 inches. If I should mark 2 inches there, the thing is the shoulder is going to hang, and it's not going to be relaxed. The neck and the shoulder is not going to relax, it's going to hang my client. So that's why I came down by 4 inches, because she has, but like I said, so I'm going to use my curve rule to extend this line. So another thing I'm trying to explain is that it's going to have opening for the back. I'm going to face my button there. So after doing this, I mark 3 inches extra, and I'm going to slide it like this. Can you see? So this is all for the front and the back piece. So guys, right now I'm going to go ahead and cut out the back piece, still leaving my front piece on the back piece. So let's just cut it off. So guys, after I was done cutting, I am going to place my tape on the shoulder line. Right now I want to mark where I'm going to start fixing my inner pocket, because it has inside pockets. So I'm just starting at this point. I marked 21 inches, and I'm going to come down and mark 8 inches. You can mark 7 inches, you can mark 7.5 inches. You get, normally for myself, if I'm making this myself, I mark 7 inches, but because this woman is tall, you get, so for it to be balanced, I marked 8 inches. So I notched it. So right here I'm going to cut out the pocket that we need for this dress. So right now I folded my fabric by 2 as usual, and I want the length of the pocket to be 10. I want the depth of the pocket to be 10 inches. So I measured 10 inches and I marked it. So guys, after I am done marking this, I'm going to measure the 8 inches I notched at the dress. I will measure it like this. When you measure, add half inches for your sewing allowance. You see, so I'm going to cut it off. So guys, after cutting it off, the next thing I'm going to do is to place it on top of the folded fabric, and I am going to as well cut out another piece. There is one for the side of the dress and the other one for the side of the dress. Can you see? So this is how I'm going to do it. After the cutting it out, I'm going to notch it so I will know the upper part of the pocket. Can you see? So right here, I'm going to gather all of them and I'll go ahead and sew it on my sewing machine. So right here, this is my sewing machine. I'm about to sew it, but first of all, I'm just going to start from the front pattern. So right now, I'll use my bias to pipe the neck. This is a V-neck line. Just sew yours carefully. You get, sew yours carefully. So right here, I'm piping it like this. Just take a good look at what I'm doing. Look at how I did it. When you get to the middle part, be careful with it so you get the v-neck very well. Can you see? So after sewing it, I am going to cut off the remaining bias, that is the excess. Then I will fold it again. Just look at what I'm doing. Just notch it. You are going to notch it and give it a small slant. Can you see? Then I'm going to resew it again. So this is what I was talking about when I said the the bias was sewed outside the fabric on the picture. If you look at it very well, before they added something like a design there, you get. So but I'm sewing mine out inside. I want the bias inside because that's what my client wants. Sew inside. Can you see? So this is it, guys. This is how it looks like. I'm done sewing the front, and this is, as you can see, it's very straight. Can you see? So right now I'm going to sew the back as well. So because it has opening, just take a good look at how I'm going to sew this. So guys, this is the back. Can you see? I'm done piping, and can you see it's very neat? Can you see how it comes out? So right now I'm going to measure out 2 inches. This is for my buttonhole. Can you see? Just look at what I'm doing. I measure 2 inches. You can measure 2.5 inches. Can you see? I'll just fold it by 2 like this, and then I'll sew it and I'll fix it like this. Can you see? Then this I'll put button here. Can you see? Then this is how I'm going to do it. So guys, after I was done doing this, the next thing I'm going to do is to place the front and the back piece right side facing each other. And right now I'm just going to go ahead and sew the shoulder. Can you see? Just place yours the right side facing each other, both the front and the back piece, and then hold the two shoulder and sew them like you see me doing like this. Can you see? So right now it's time to sew the hand. Can you see? I'm just going to mark 1 inches and I notched it. Can you see? Just mark your 1 inches and use your sword to slide this a little, and you're going to fold it. Can you see? From the place I notched, I'm going to fold my fabric, sorry, the hand, the sleeve like this. Then I'll fold it with the 1 inches and I'm going to sew it. So guys, after doing this, I'm going to repeat it on the other side of the sleeve. So guys, can you see I'm done with this other side, and I went ahead to pin them as well. Then I'm done sewing this one and I went ahead to pin them as well. Can you see? So right now what I'm going to do next is to mark my round sleeve measurement. You get, divide your round sleeve measurement and mark what you have there. Then you're going to start sewing it with 1 inches. Can you see? Just mark it. So when you get to the place you notch for your pocket, end your 1 inch there, and then get to this other part and also start marking the 1 inches. So you are leaving space from that to edge for your inside pocket. So after doing this, I'm going to repeat it on the other side. Can you see what I'm doing? I repeated it on the other side. Can you see? So right now I'm just going to sew it. So like I said before, when you sew and you get to the first place you notch, that is the waistline, then cut your thread and start from the other part, the other end. Can you see? Then after doing this, I'm going to as well sew at the other side of the dress with 1 inches. Do not forget. So guys, right here as you can see, I'm done sewing. Can you see? I'm done sewing and I left space for my pocket, my inside pocket. Can you see the space I left for my inside pocket? So I did the same thing here as well. So right now I'm going to just have to keep this aside. After I was done, I'm going to keep it aside, but first of all measure what you have so you know the where you're going to start sewing the pockets. Can you see? So this is my pocket. Right now I have I measured it and I find out I have 7.5 inches. So right now I am going to start marking, but do not start sewing from the upper part. Just give half of an inch first at the upper part, then you sew the rest. Then the half of inch you gave at the upper part, you're going to give it as well at this other side. Can you see? So you're going to sew this on the front of your fabric. Can you see? Sew at the front of your fabric. I know most of you will be wondering, especially beginners, why I'm sewing this on this. Just look at what I'm doing. It's not a mistake. You're going to, once you have inside pockets, you're going to sew from your front of your dress. Sorry, on the front pocket, you're going to sew. So after doing this, I'm going to turn it over at the wrong side, and I'm going to as well stitch it on the on top of it. Can you see? Just make a top stitches all the way around except the upper part of your pocket. Just look at what I'm doing. If you don't understand what I'm saying, take a good look at what I'm doing so you understand better. So after I was done, I am going to bring my dress and I will start fixing. Just look at what I'm doing. Can you see? Open the seam allowance, open it up and start from this edge. The first edge we notched before. The first edge I notched before, sorry. Start from that place and pin your pocket first. Pin it, hold it with your pin first of all. And after holding the first slide, I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other slide. After pinning it, I am going to start sewing. So look at how I'm going to sew this pocket so you not make mistake when doing yours. You get, just look at how I'm going to sew this pocket. Sew with half of an inch, do not forget. Sew with half of an inch. So when you are done sewing this first slide, you turn it over to the second slide and you sew. So guys, after I was done, I am going to close it up with my stitches. Look at what I'm going to do. So from the place you ended where you notched, you're going to start from there and sew and sew. Can you see? So we are going to repeat it on the other side. Start from where you stopped your stitches, from there continue and you stop at the pocket side. I hope you understand. So you're going to do this on the other side of the dress. So guys, right here I'm done sewing the two pockets. Can you see? This is the first pocket, I'm done sewing it, and this is the second pocket, I'm also done sewing it. So I also went ahead to fold the down part of my gown. Can you see? I went ahead to sew it with half of an inch. So right now I'm going to wear it on my mannequin so you see how it looks like. So this is it. I went ahead to iron it firstly, then this is my mannequin wearing this, and the fact is that I love this colorful African print dress. So this is all for this dress. This is how it looks like. As you can see, it's very beautiful, and this is the back as well. This is our bottom. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.